It is in this group from Great Britain, Turkey, Slovakia, Sweden and Italy. So after Tugba's performance, it'll be Radka Bartova from Slovakia, then Lena Johansson from Sweden, and last to go in the group, Valentina Marchei from Italy. But leading us off, it's the British champion, 4 times British champion, Jenna McCorkle. That's Radka, just 16 years of age. First European Championships for her. Competed in the Junior Worlds a couple of times, never got inside the top 20, and this her first season as a senior, the senior champion of Slovakia. Just a couple of minutes to go in the warm-up. Big moment for her. That's Lena Johansson for Sweden. As a junior, had done really well. She was 7th in the Junior World Championships in 2004, 8th the year before, and runner-up in the Junior Grand Prix finals in Malmo in 2004 as well. That was a good year for her. Lost her way a little bit after that, and never really made any impression in the senior events, but we wish her well here. And last to go, the Italian Valentina Marchei. 3rd time for her in the European Championships, 19th last year. Bronze medalist in the Italian National Championships.
She just did a superb triple Lutz combination. Looked very strong. I think it was in combination anyway. It was right the other end of the rink, but the Lutz was very strong, fast and just perfectly done.
Fantastic. The skaters warming up. Sarah MEIER there, getting herself going. Perhaps you should try that, Nicky.
Yeah. I need a lot of running about to get me going.
How are you feeling? You were a bit rough earlier, weren't you?
I mean, I am still a bit rough.
Are you?
You were a bit rough yesterday.
I was struggling yesterday.
I'm going all hot and cold.
Are you?
Yes. It's sitting next to you.
I was going to say, yeah.
I know. No.
There's a bit of hesitation there. No. I'll just move away. If you've got the lurgy, I don't want it.
I have got a lurgy. I'm losing weight. We won't go any further than that.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure that's really enhanced everybody's viewing pleasure back home.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sorry about that.
So there they are, the British supporters, and it's good to see so many British fans who've made the trip over to Poland to support the British team. And we'll get those Union Jacks out in a moment or two now. So deep breath now for the 4-time British Ladies Champion, coached by Vera Vanikevi. Here she is, 20 years of age, skating to 1001 Nights. This is Britain's very own Jenna McCorkle. We wish her all the very best. Ooh, double axel, little off axis, but made it. Good stuff. Triple flip, double toe.
That would have been the loop. Good speed in the spin.
Oh, she holds her head. An expensive mistake. Just singling out on the loop. Great triple flip, double toe loop, lovely double axel at the beginning, but alas, only single loop.
She started out well, looking confident, and there's a lot of good points in that routine. The spins were good, and here's the flip. Good rotation, and well positioned for the double toe on the end of it. Change of edge on the spiral step sequence. Creating the change of position makes it more difficult. Aiming to lift up the difficulty a level that the technical specialist will award. But that loop, such a shame. The quality when she does get the jumps is very good, and her general approach and her power over the ice gives height to the jumps, and therefore quality in the start off and the landing to them. But it just popped.
It was a real shame. The loop being the jump, the solo jump has to be integrated with the steps, and there wasn't great preparation for that. Almost as if she held back a little bit before she went into the loop. But let's see. She's training alongside Kevin van der Perrin, and that's got to be good for her. In fact, she's going out with Kevin as well. That's good for him. Well, good for them both. Competed in the NHK Trophy this year in Nagano, finished in 11th place there, 12th in the Golden Spin in Zagreb. Highest place she's ever got at the Europeans was 14th, that in 2004. Beaming smile there from Vera. She's had a good time. Kevin, of course, last night winning that bronze medal in a really exciting men's competition. Deep breath, a few prayers. So Jenna's marks, 20.86, not great, 19.41 the component score. And that loop really hurting her, just 0.2 for the loop, 6.66 for the triple flip double toe combination. That was good. Level 1 on the spiral step sequence, the straight line step sequence, and the layback spin at the end. So 7th place for her at this stage. "16 skaters to go." Remember, 24 make it through. So it should be okay.
Good.
So on the ice now, representing Turkey, but training in Canada, it's a 21-year-old, Tugba Karademir. This, her 6th European Championships, was 13th last year.
And when she got here, she arrived, we were on the coach with her, and her boots hadn't arrived. It had happened to her other competitions. Thankfully, the next day, the boots caught up with her.
In fact, it wasn't just her boots, was it? It was her passport as well she'd lost. Had to spend an extra day in Munich.
Of course, the skaters we always used to take our boots with us and one outfit. Now you're not allowed to for security reasons. Triple toe loop, double toe loop. height on the Salko.
Great changes of position and increase of speed in that flying camel. Oh no! Singled out on the axle. There's the pancake, Nicky.
Thank you.
And thank you, Tugba. Oh, that axle. She knows it's going to be costly. But it was a good performance. All the difficult stuff she did. Triple toe, double toe, triple salco. And then just let herself down with the axle. Such a pity. Now,
I think that's one of the best I've seen her skate. Maybe.
Yeah, I think last year she skated well in the short program. She did a good short program last year. She's still smiling, that's the main thing. Here's that toe loop at the beginning, really working hard to make it count. Checks the left arm, double toe on the end. Well, we've got a chance now just to go down ringside and have a chat with Jenna.
As it was a perfect one on the warm-up.
I know. I have no idea. I mean, it happens. I had really big problems with flip this morning on practice. I didn't do any. Well, I did like some, but not like I normally do. And then I was really lost my focus today. And I really, like, what I'm most pleased about is I brought my focus back and I had a really good warm-up. And I had, I mean, it's the first competition, like, big competition I've done in, like, since Moscow 2005. So it's good to come back. I mean, I haven't skated for many months because of my injury, but I'm glad to be back, and it could have been much worse, but I'm gutted with the loop. It's so stupid.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's good to have you back, Jenna. And it wasn't so bad. But yeah, it would have been great to have that loop. Right.
She's a clever girl, and she normally when you ask somebody, oh, I'm studying, what are you studying? You'd think something like, oh, this or that. No. Biotechnology was the answer, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Yes. A degree in biotechnology as well as skating as well. Wow. Beauty and brains.
And we've got neither.
I don't even know what that means, actually, biotechnology, but it sounds like I do, perhaps.
Okay, she's got a personal best of 44.47. You can see that there. Got that at the World Championships last year. 20.34 for components, and that will give her 46.19, a new personal best for Tugba. She'll be pleased with that, no doubt, and that will have her into 4th place at this stage. So good news for Tugba Karademir. Good job done. Well done, Mr. Tebby. She'll make it through to the free. That's the initial goal. Well done. And I'm glad the boots made it in time. Still got 3 skaters to go in this group. This is our 26th skater of the afternoon. representing the Slovakian Republic, just 16 years of age. First major international for her. Skated in the Carl Schaefer Memorial last year, which was really her only senior international event up until today. Finished in 3rd place, so certainly got some talent. This is Radka Bartova.
Triple toe loop, double toe loop.
Well, that was an absolute monster.
Lovely control on the triple salto.
Yeah, some of the best quality jumps we've seen so far. Here's the axel. Whoa, right over on the boot on the landing. But she nailed it.
Losing the rotation. Then pulled it back for the second part of the spin.
Hey, I loved it. Just 16 years of age. Hungarian Rhapsody was the music. You didn't need me to tell you that. And Radka Bartova, the skater. Now, remember the name, because I think we'll see a fair bit of her in the future. A lot of talent there.
They liked the music in here, didn't they?
They really did,
They turn it up a little. Taking the roof off with the emphasis of the music this week. The sound people really cranking it up. Lots of the skaters always saying, and play it loud. Hoping that will influence everybody, the crowd and the judges, and maybe inspire their own performance. Bit of a wobble on the spiral sequence and not the extension in the spirals that we've seen from some of the other girls. And she hasn't got quite the personality yet presenting out to the crowd, but technically very competent.
Yeah, I enjoyed the performance, losing the spin there. Oh, dear me. But kept her composure into the backspin. She's going to suffer a little bit from that, but a good gutsy performance. Loved the.
So is that whole spin marked, or is it stopped from the? Is it stopped from when they stop? Or
No.
how do they?
No, they'll mark the whole spin.
Right.
But she won't get the level on it, and she's not going to get the grade of execution either, I don't think.
Well, yeah, because she didn't do it very well.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So we'll have a look. We'll see when it comes up. Loved the quality of the jumps, though. Triple toe at the beginning was an absolute cracker, followed by the salco, and when she landed that double axel, she was almost on the boot but she's so strong, able to maintain control and get back onto the outside edge for a controlled landing.
Just love to see a bit more of that smile in the performance as well. Always adds, for me, a lot to the overall performance when the skater can look relaxed and present out to the audience as well as delivering the technical.
Absolutely.
I think when we skated, Chris, we always looked like we were concentrating, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe you looked like you were smiling all the time.
No,
That was just you in pain.
No, I looked like I was concentrating. But looks can be deceiving. Dear, it's that long ago, I can't remember. It's funny, isn't it? We had breakfast with Paul Wiley this morning, and he said, oh no, we met him last night, wasn't it? That's right. And he said, yeah, I remember skating against you. Can't remember that at all. To Richmond.
It happens, you know, as you get older, your brain cells die quicker.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
You're older than me, just remember that.
Well, you know that is the fact then, don't you, really?
Yeah, I know.
He was also saying that it was nice to see somebody winning a bronze medal and being so excited about that, because when he won silver in the Olympics, I was there. He was just over the moon about that. When Kevin got his bronze, it was so moving. Such an achievement.
Yeah. So here we go, the marks. Where will they have her? It's going to be 8th place, I think, for Radka. 8th at this stage. She's got a new personal best there. 40.90. She's beaten her personal best by about a mark and a half, nearly a mark and a half. So 8th place for her. And a good job done. She's pleased. Well done, Radka. Now you can still see a few empty seats here, but it'll be full tonight for the free dance. You can bet your bottom dollar. Now, what can this young lady do? Former silver medalist in the Junior Grand Prix final in Malmo 3 years ago. 3rd time in the European Championships. Disappointingly down in 24th place last year. She's lost her way over the last couple of seasons, hasn't really delivered the sort of performances we were hoping for. Let's see what she can do here. 18 years of age. This is Lina Johansson from Sweden. Who ordered the dance, the music.
Good skating technique. Triple salchow, double salchow, clean. Just a double on the flip. Double axel. Little pulled, little tight, oops. Fast in the spin, excellent change of edge. And again. Super change of position at the end of the spin too. Trying to work the edges.
What a shame. There's so much to admire. She really is the complete package if she can just keep her head together. There was no hesitation going into the flip, but at some point in her mind, some negative thoughts crept in, and she knows it's going to be expensive. She is a talent, though.
Yes, I was looking over your shoulder. We're in the corner here looking down at that first jump, and I thought it looked clean. Was it clean?
Clean, yeah. Clean as a whistle.
Right. I was right, was I? Because I thought you wrote something down.
No, I thought you'd said triple Salchow, double Sal.
Oh, did I?
I think you may have done.
All right.
No problem.
Okay.
It was a toe loop on the end.
Okay. Yes, all right. I might have done that. You were dancing at the start there. Could you not do that, please? It puts me off.
I'm terribly sorry.
I mean,
I enjoyed the music.
I'm trying to focus.
Lord of the Dance.
Oh, there we go. Strong edges, daring to change position in the spiral and then holding beautiful position. No wobble at all in the spiral and trying to get the layover look as well to increase the level of difficulty. And she seemed to me to work on that and the circular step sequence. In particular, she was taking the time, obviously looked at it to try and build up the level that they could get. Do you think so?
Yeah, it looked to me as though they were working within the system as much as they possibly could. Be interesting to see what level she does
I thought you
get.
weren't going to answer me then.
I always try to answer you, Nicky. As long as I understand the question.
I felt on my own for a minute.
I'll never leave you, Nicky. You know that.
Oh dear. You're waiting for something else, aren't you?
You're lost for words, aren't you? I know it.
I liked it.
Yeah, I really think she's a real talent, that girl. And if they can just make her mentally strong and just get out there and do what she knows she can do, she'll be right up there with the best in Europe, that's for sure. So she's going to pay a price for that flip. Just to put it into perspective, triple flip is worth 5.5, double flip's only worth 1.7.
And the, what's that? That's
The spiral sequence gets a level 4.
that because she did all the different moves and an extra bit on the end of it, so she got a level 4. Circular step sequence, at least a level 2 because she put the extra steps into that.
Good to see.
The flip got a 0.7 mark.
Yeah, that really, really hurt her, but it's 5th place at this stage. So good support here from the Italians. This, the bronze medalist in Italian national championships. 3rd time, 4th time, in fact, at the European Championships. 19th last year, 15th she was back in 2004. That's her best ever result. This is Valentina Marchei for Italy, now 20 years of age.
Now she had a super warm-up. Let's see if the performance matches it. It was perfect in the warm-up.
That's more like it. She's a fighter, all right. Double axel clean.
Digging deep
triple salchow, but not really difficult footwork leading into that. A bit of a lack of imagination there. Love the program. What a pity about the fall. She looked red hot on the 6-minute warm-up before this group started, and that looks letting her down right at the beginning of the program. You know, Nicky, the footwork there, we were saying that some of the music choices have been better when the music was slower for the new system.
Yep.
That was a fast bit of music, but she got those turns in. There was a bit of repetition in there, but she was doing rockers, counters.
Lots of energy and emphasis in the choreography too.
Plenty. I couldn't count the changes of direction though, but certainly she had the technical content as far as the turns were concerned. So hopefully she'll get at least a level 2 on that step sequence at the end. There's the Lutz, and
it was beauty.
Looks as though she could have done it.
It was beautiful in the opening, and taking a theme to Carmen. You know, the dress works, all the expression works. There's energy in it running to the end. But somehow, because the jumps hadn't worked, the crowd didn't get into the end of it, and you don't have the excitement because you've missed the elements. And even if you don't know it, you feel it a little.
Yeah, I know. Although I must say that she kept the thing going very, very well, because
loads of energy at the end.
Sunk at the beginning. Here's a salchow. See the lean on that. Boy, oh boy, did she work hard.
Very close into the corner.
There has to be linking steps though going into that. And what did she do? A mohawk and a 3-turn. It's hardly imaginative, is it?
And there's the gloves, the kind of half gloves that help with the moves such as that to protect the hands.
You can see her moving onto the forward outside edge in that sit spin. Good positions, and when you're down there, it's very hard to keep the skate going, changing position in a sit position.
You don't get dizzy actually looking down, spinning around like that.
You do get dizzy.
You do get dizzy.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Just learn to cope with it. Well done, Valentina.
Takes me all my time to turn around on a spin looking outwards, never mind looking down.
I get dizzy on a 3-turn now.
Yes.
Okay, so the technical score coming up for Valentina, it's 26.23, 21.2, then there's that 1-point deduction for the fall, of course. So she'll get a segment score of 46.43. Just looking down at some of the levels, she did indeed get a level 2 on the step sequence, which is good to see. Level 4 on the spiral sequence and the combination spin, which is good stuff. Just 3 points on the jump combination, you know, the Lutz at the beginning of the program, so that's disappointing, but it's still a personal best for her, 46.43, and 4th place.
And
for
3
Marchi.
level 4 elements in there, so looked at it, worked at it.
Using the system well. So, we've got 2 groups to go, and that's the situation. With what have we got? 10 skaters to skate. Still, Eveleva leading for Russia, then drive for Finland. Tamara Katz for Israel doing a fantastic job early on. Now Marche for Italy in the frame in 4th place, and Tugba Karademir for Turkey in 5th. The situation further down there, Karen Venhausen 16th place. You can add 10 places onto these for sure, unless something bizarre happens in the final groups. And they're the skaters you're almost guaranteed of not making it. So really the medal contenders coming in the next two groups. We're off for a break. See you in a mo. Slow-mo shots from earlier on in the competition. We've had 28 skaters in this ladies short program. Another 10 to go. Two final groups coming up after the ice resurface. You're not missing any of the live action. We'll be live in approximately 20 minutes or so with the penultimate group. It's been an interesting competition so far, with the Russian leading Alexandra Leva with 50.28, and second place the Finn, the flying Finn she was this afternoon, Elise Drey, just a point and a half behind. And in third at the moment, the Israeli. She went off fourth this afternoon in the opening group, and she's been right up there, hanging on right the way through. First time in the European Champions for her, Tamara Katz for Israel, 7.5. And then the Italian, Valentina Marchei. We just saw her skate, skated very, very well. Bit of a mistake there, but on the whole, a very good performance indeed. Looking at shots there of Elisa Drey, second place. And just looking ahead to what we've got coming up after the ice resurface, we've got Sokolova, Susanna POYKIO, Sarah MEIER, Elena GEDEVANISHVILI, remember her, the young Georgian skater. Carolina KOSTNER, she's 36th. And second to last to go will be Julia Sebestyен, former champion, and Idora Hegel for Croatia, our last skater this afternoon. It is a seeded draw. All of the real medal hopefuls and the people that have been in tip-top form this season, skating towards the end. Shots there of Jenna McCorkill. Jennifer lying in 11th. We've got a chance now to catch up with Valentina Marchei. And just asking her what happened with the triple Lutz then, and if she's really honest, she says, I really don't know, I just fell down and I don't know what happened, because I have a good Lutz, and very disappointing because I have a good Lutz, but managed to pull herself together and did the other two jumps, and overall her level's good, much better than last year, so well done to her. And Valentina Marchei lying in fourth place at the moment. Remember, we've got 10 skaters to go. We've got the two final groups. So at worst, she's going to finish in 14th place, which is a great achievement for her. So still plenty to look forward to. The competition hotting up here this afternoon in the ladies short. Stay with us for the climax coming up after the break.
Get set as tension is reaching new heights at the Eurosport Winter Park.
Welcome back. You join us live here in the Torwar Arena here in Warsaw, Poland. It's the penultimate group in the ladies short program, and all the medal hopefuls on the ice in these last two groups. So just to remind you, you can keep up with all of the action, all of the results and stories on our website, Eurosport.com, and there's a live webcam there, and you can get shots of the mix zone and live shots from backstage. We've got a continuous camera going on there, so it's worth a visit. Make sure you keep your TVs on and listen to Nicky and I, but get on the internet as well and check out the website. There's Elena Gedevanishvili from Georgia. She's first to go in the final group, so still warming up backstage. In that final group, Victoria Pavuk, Carolina KOSTNER, Julia Sebestyен, and there she is, former champion. really getting into the mood. That was Kostner, just walked in front of the camera there. And last to go, 38th, will be Edora Hagel. Carolina Kostner just getting in to the zone. Really focused. A little bit of meditation going on there. So looking ahead to the weekend, the Winter Park on Eurosport. Loads of winter action. And of course, figure skating right the way through the weekend. We've got the conclusion of the ladies event tomorrow, the ladies free program, and the gala on Sunday as well. Warm up over. 10 skaters to go in this ladies short program. Well, she was 6th last year. 3rd time for her competing in the European Championships. Could only manage 4th in her national championships this year. Can she put that behind her? A lot of support for her here. Pretty girl, taking her time. Now 19 years of age. This is Kiira Korpi from Finland. The music is Eye Patch and Yo Te Quiero by Robert Rodriguez. Had a busy season this year. She won the Finlandia Trophy, but down in 7th place in Skate America, 6th in the Cup of Russia. Let's hope it's a good skate this afternoon.
Good start. Triple loop, double toe. Successful in the flip. Meeting the criteria of not taking a long time to set up before the jump, with the steps preceding that jump. Lots of ice coverage, lovely position. Working hard through the step sequence.
Where's the judges gone? Good stuff. Very, very well done, Kiira. Good program as well. Really putting the program together, suiting the system. They've read the rule book.
She looks so glamorous and gorgeous out there. And the skating too was just flowing. Lots of power and speed and grace.
There's a look at that triple loop right at the beginning. Beautifully over the right foot on the landing. Double toe on the end. Could have held the landing a little bit longer. There's the flip. I'd like to have seen a little more footwork going into that, Nicky. But you're right that she didn't stand for a long time and prepare it. And the
yeah, you did grimace
well.
when I said that. And I thought, what have I said wrong now?
Spirals were good. She had plenty of speed across the ice, didn't she?
And she develops the speed without a lot of effort. Excellent technique.
Great change of edge there with good control, and the footwork was good. We've been harping on about the footwork a little bit this afternoon. Perhaps you're getting fed up with it, but it's a very important aspect. Certainly if all of these top ladies go clean, it's going to be down to how good the spins are and how good the footwork is. Double axel, we just got a shot off. She was a bit over the toe rake on the landing of that, so didn't get a really good flow and running edge coming out. The judges, when they look at the elements, if you take the double axel, for example, they'll break the jump down into 3. How was the setup for the double axel? What was the position in the air like? The height of the jump? And then the quality of the landing. How much control the skater has when they come out. The speed that they've carried through the jump. All very important.
So get your labels straight. She looks pleased with that, as well she should. I like the straight line step sequence, the use of the deep edges, making it definite to see each turn. But it was an overall program. You never lost your interest right the way through it.
Oh, she pops up everywhere. Comes from a real sporting family. Her father is a well-known ice hockey coach in Finland, and in fact coached the Finnish women's ice hockey team to a bronze medal in the 1998 Olympics. So these marks looking good, and these are very good. 53.84 the total will be, and that will put her into the lead. She'll take it. That's a new personal best, I think. Yes, it is. A new personal best for Kiira Korpi. The judges have gone with it, and all credit to the coaching staff, because the program was thought out and they worked well with the system. Level 2 on the straight line step sequence, level 4 on the spirals.
3 level 4s within the overall 8 required element.
That's much more like it. Now, she wasn't in good shape in her national championships, nor was she in good shape in the Grand Prix finals, where she finished in 5th place. Bronze medalist in the Russian nationals this year. She's won it 3 times. What sort of shape is she in today? This is Elena Sokolova from Russia. Last year's silver medalist, you may remember.
Long time to set up for the first jump, but it came off. Lutz and then toe loop.
Well, I'm not sure how high the confidence levels are, because she double-footed the landing and she didn't really need to.
It's a different girl to who I've seen in the past. Just a double loop. And looks tentative. Good height on the axel.
Wow, what a shame. Fifth time for her competing in the Europeans, and she's been on the podium 3 times before. Twice winner of the silver medal and a bronze back in 2004. It won't be a medal for her this year.
It's like a different girl, isn't it? It's like something's been broken in the confidence department. When she started to skate, the freedom we've seen in the past and the attack and the aplomb and this gutsy approach as well as the grace was lacking, even in the crossovers coming up to this triple Lutz. There's the toe down Chris spotted. And when the confidence goes, it's just a mind game, isn't it?
It's the same with any sport, I think, that at the highest level, it's all between the ears.
Yeah. Yes, and how you deal with the pressure. And but it looks to me, it is like something's broken. It's like seeing a different person.
It's a real shame because we know what she's capable of, and so does she. And it's an awful lot more than we saw out there today. Beautiful double axel. Well, I tell you what, let's go down on ringside and have a chat with our leader at the moment. It's Kiira KORPI.
Beat your personal best, and you're in the lead of the competition now. Is it what you were looking for?
Well, yes, I feel so good right now because I have had a hard time. After Christmas I came sick, and then I couldn't prepare so well for this competition, and then I came here like I didn't know what to expect because I wasn't in my best shape, but today what I did, it was really good.
Congratulations, thank you very much. Stay with me.
Well, you'd never have guessed that, would you? That she just recovering from illness and came here not in the best shape. Well done, Kiira.
And you know, Elena here, she did have that big problem back in 2002 where she had concussion on the ice. She thought about giving up and then kept going. And there's something happened again. And I don't know if you've had a bad experience and you're going through a tough time, whether it can kick in again. You're going to remember it. The psychologist will no doubt know this, but something about her approach, something about from the off that just wasn't right for me today.
Well, she's a lucky girl. They've kept her up there with a second mark. Obviously, her skating skills are good. Transitions 5.86, choreography 6.11, and she goes into third place at this stage. Elisa Dry just behind her, and Alexandra Ivleva, her teammate, a couple of points ahead of her. So 2 skaters from Finland in this group. Finland becoming a real force to be reckoned with in figure skating over the past few years. And this is the Finnish national champion. She's 24 years of age. Here skating to 1. This is Susanna POYKIO. 3 times the Finnish national champion and runner-up in these championships a couple of years ago. She's got a lovely style, but the jumps can be a problem for her. Good start.
Popping the Lutz. Very costly mistake. The flip.
Well, she did well to put the mistake on the Lutz behind her. No hesitation going into the flip. Now she's got to work the levels on the spins and the footwork. That's good.
I think it might be the music, but this routine is just not getting me. It's the interpretation somehow not matching the skating. All a bit heavy.
Ooh, well, it was deafening in the arena. It certainly was very, very heavy indeed. And she's a light skater. She's got a lovely touch and feel out there. And I'm with you with that, Nicky. I think that was a strange choice of music for her.
Chosen music, which is just heavy battle type, won by Apocalypta. And it just didn't fit. And when there's that dissonance, when there's that gap, you start to lose the skater's performance. Can't appreciate it. Strange choice.
It certainly was. She's glancing across at the ice as she comes off there, just to see if she sees something on the entry to the Lutz, I think. That was the double axel at the beginning of the program. Here's the Lutz. Ooh, just gave it a little bit too much. It's important that the drawback and the preparation is nice and easy, and then you put the pop into the jump. And all credit to her to come back and nail the flip like that. Very, very good indeed. Well, the single Lutz has got a tariff of 0.6. A triple Lutz would have had 6-0, so costly mistake. Let's join Elena Sokolova.
What happened with the triple loop?
Who knows? Who knows? I really surprised because it's one of my best jump. I love it really much, but sometimes it happens in sport. It's figure skating.
And there was a little mistake on the combination too.
I had a small mistake, but I'm more like unsatisfied with my loop, so that was a big surprise for me.
Good luck for the rest of the competition.
Thanks.
Yes, referring to the touchdown of the free foot on the combination, but yeah, the loop is the one that really did her in. Expensive error. Now, let's focus on Susanna.
You know, and I'm sorry, but if you're coaching somebody and you say what happened to the loop or the Lutz and they say who knows, it's not it's not something to build on. I mean, you know, you did it, so what happened? Did you miss it? Were you, you know, did you not have enough speed? What? But we've heard that more than once this afternoon. Who knows, it happens. And it's almost like, but you made it happen.
It's between the ears for dead short.
It's like responsibility for it, really.
49-47 the total score then for Susanna, and that will put her ahead of Elena Sokolova by just about half a point, just over half a point. So good news for her. Finland first and third at the moment.
High marks.
So it's still 2 skaters in this group, and after that, 1 more group to go. On the ice now, it's the 17-year-old from Tallinn in Estonia. 15th in Europeans last year. She's the Estonian national champion, Elena Glebova. And some more music performed by Vanessa May. This is another tango.
Good speed. Lutz.
Very fast rotation, not a lot of elevation on that.
Oh, she goes like a rocket. Loads of ice coverage on that first spiral. Triple, triple, toe loop, toe loop. Axel away. Now for the spins and the step sequence. Fast rotation.
Error made her start her step sequence a little late, so it's not the full length of the rink. Ooh, come on, bend those knees.
And everything was going fine till that last step sequence. A strong program.
It really was. Interesting construction of the program there. Lovely step sequence at the end. It should have been. Just looked a little tight. I don't know if she's running out of steam towards the end, but the highlight, of course, that triple combination, the triple toe, that's got a tariff of 8. Now, when you compare that to the skaters that are going for a harder jump, the triple Lutz, in with a double toe loop, the triple toe has a higher tariff. So it's good to do, and she had the triple Lutz in there as well. So technically, a strong program.
And she really was motoring over the ice, covering a lot of ground. Here's the combination.
Well, it really was a cracker. And let's go down ringside and have a chat with Susanna POYKIO.
Just one question. What about this popping out in the triple Lutz?
Yeah, who knows what happened? I don't know. I guess I just rushed into it. And I wasn't calm enough. So what you can do anymore? Just try your best tomorrow.
Yeah, what do you expect for tomorrow?
Well, we have to see how's the competition after today. And of course, only thing I can do is try my best and then see what comes from it.
Thank you very much, Susanna.
You know, when her marks came up, Susanna's marks came up, for the, you know, the second set of marks was quite high, and yet the music just wasn't working with the program at all. It's almost like that doesn't matter. It doesn't have a big detrimental effect on your program or the way the judges see it, which is a bit surprising to me, because you would have thought if it doesn't fit, the music doesn't fit the choreography, then the choreography mark would be really low. But again and again, we see the second set of marks is a level, isn't it? It's almost like they're just using it as a second mark overall. That's the impression I get when I look at it.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a little bit more disparity there. The marks went from 5.89 up to 6.46, 5.89 for transitions, 6.46 for skating skills, and 6.18, a middle of the road mark for the choreography of the program.
Yes, and you know, the last half of it, there wasn't any. So, sorry, the music was going and the skating wasn't going to it. So choreographically, it wasn't happening.
Okay, let's focus on Elena now.
And so this gets a lower choreography score, and yet there was more interpretation, more ice coverage. It worked better to the music for this. I'm seeing something different, obviously, than the judges need to evaluate. I'm not on the same page here.
So it's a personal best for Elena, 6th place, 47.35 her total score there. And she goes into 6th place behind Elisa Dry and Tamara Katz for Israel, down into 7th spot now. Okay, the Swiss are having a good championships. There's plenty of support here. This is a young lady, never been on the podium, but boy oh boy was she close last year. 4th place in these European championships. The winner of the Cup of Russia last year and bronze medalist in the Grand Prix finals in 2007. Could she possibly get herself into a medal-winning situation here in Warsaw? She'll take her time, just settle herself down. Eva Fair sends her off. Deep breath for 22-year-old Sarah MEIER from Switzerland. Also part of the coaching team, our mate Mark Pepperday. Got to give him a mention. Hope he's watching this back home in Zurich.
Lovely height and very sure.
Well, that was a textbook technique going into that Lutz. Great elevation and speed in the flip, and no hesitation into the spin. Look at the speed.
And she's effortless in generating speed. Great flow, a lot of ice coverage, and very elegant on the ice. This is where the music works with the choreography, the step sequence, changing the music on the start of that, enabling a different emphasis.
Done, Sarah. Beautiful triple lutz in combination. Then there was the flip. Little suspect on the edge taking off. I'm not sure she released the outside edge early enough, so she may get a little deduction in there. The judges will have a chance to look at that on their slow-mo. No problems with the axel. And then on the straight line step sequence, she had an inside rocker, forward inside rocker in the first third, but she put her foot down really quickly after the turn. Now, if the judges go with that, there's a possibility of a level 2 in the footwork. But look at that, there's no doubt in the quality of the jumps.
This is more like it, isn't it? It was just super.
And there's that flip. In fact, just looking at the mark left on the ice, it did go off the inside edge right at the end as she drew her weight back onto the toe, so shouldn't be any problems there.
She looked so confident and free, and the music worked. The outfit works with the music.
Yeah, the preparation,
the whole thing works.
Preparation from the team has been excellent. There's the double axel, 2.5 turns in the air, absolutely no problem at all.
Lovely facial expression, the use of the hands and the upper body positioning when she's skating, elegant. Yeah, that was great.
You know, we're seeing exhibitions or examples of skaters that are struggling and popping jumps. I mean, there was no problems there, and a lot of it comes down to how well you're prepared you are. And there's somebody on the screen now preparing backstage mentally. She knows how important it is to be mentally strong. But what I was going to say was that the amount of times that you do your program over and over again, and the amount of clean programs you get under your belt on the training sessions really does affect the mental attitude and approach when it gets to the competition.
Well, I always think you've won it before you get here. You know, and then if you just can perform your best and you've done everything you can do before you get here, then it takes the pressure off.
It certainly does. Then the others have got to beat you.
Yes.
Just got to play your own game and play it the best way you can.
If you failed in your preparation, then you failed.
Absolutely. Well, these marks are good. It's going to be close to a personal best. Not quite for Sarah MEIER, but there's no doubt about what position she's going into. By some way, Sarah MEIER shoots into the lead. It's nearly 7 points ahead of her nearest rival, Kiira KORPI. We've got 5 skaters to go, and Sarah MEIER, the bridesmaid really last year, finished in 4th place. She's never won a medal. She's got herself really in a great position now after this short program. So there's confirmation of how they stand at this stage, and it's looking bad for Sokolova. She's slipping down all the time, and skaters there really not with much of a medal hope. Not when you see scores of 60.49 coming out in the short program like that. Brilliant performance from Sarah. There, Jenna McCorkill, 16th place. You can add 5 to that. and that's pretty much where she's going to finish after this short program. So she's going to qualify, which is good news.
Alexandra Ivleva skated 9th, and even skating so early on, she was excellent. I've got her down as really great. Tamar Katz was really great. It's amazing, isn't it? It's such a big field, and yet they were able to make such an impact early on. So it's good, because in the past, if you'd skated really early on, sometimes you wouldn't get recognised with a mark you should.
Absolutely, good judging. So we've got one group to go, and that's the lineup. It's going to be interesting. You've got to stay with us here on Eurosport live throughout the afternoon, and a little bit later on the free dance, of course. The medals decided in the ice dance, so you better stay with us for that as well. And if you're close to the internet, log on to Eurosport.com, and we've got a live camera backstage. You can have shots from the mix zone downstairs. That's where the press, the skaters, the coaches all get together, and we've got some great footage of what's going on backstage. So have a look at that. Elena Gedevanishvili on your screen. A real talent she is, but we're going to join the leader, Sarah MEIER, who's with Gwendal.
Sicherlich als eine der Favoritinnen angereist. War das eine Belastung für dich, oder?
In fact, he's not with Gwendal. He's with Hendryk.
Ja, auf der einen Seite habe ich schon gespürt,
So Hendryk saying you started as one of the favorites. Did you feel any pressure? And she says, well, on one hand, I really felt a lot of pressure. I was pretty nervous going into this, but I could cope with it in a good fashion. And thanks to the experience that she's gained over the last years, it really was no big deal, and she could really concentrate and focus on her elements, and that's really what mattered. Hendryk says you're in the lead now with quite a big gap, and she says, well, there's still room for improvement, especially on the spins, and some other things in the program that I didn't really like. Definitely there's lots of improvement to be made, but I'm really pleased with how it's going so far. She says, I definitely want a medal. I know it's going to be tough, especially with the last group to come, but I'm going to stay focused for the rest, and certainly for the free program I feel quite optimistic.
What a great attitude.
Really, really great.
And just, you know, I'm in first place. I'm not going rah-rah. There's still things, it's good, but there's still things I want to improve. That's a champion mentality. She's just all the time looking to how she can be better. Great.
Well, fantastic stuff, but it's not over yet. 5 skaters to go on your screen there. Idora Hegel, 23 years of age. She is last to skate. I don't know how much of the competition she'll have seen.
The gold skates match the outfit.
It's always good.
I like these, the cat suits. They can work well. Is cat suit the right word?
Well, it'll do.
I think I'll call it a cat suit.
Okay. We know what you're talking about then.
Okay.
So Idora Hegel from Croatia, last to go. She's 9th is the best finish that she's ever had. She's fighting her way back from injury, been injured all through the autumn, so it's not been great preparation for her, but just looking at the skaters out there, first to go it'll be Elena Gedevanishvili, then Victoria Pavuk from Hungary. May remember 3 years ago she finished in 4th place. Idora Hegel just putting her hand down. She'll want to get that right. After Victoria Pavuk, it's Carolina KOSTNER, bronze medalist last year. Can she go better here?
And if you were eagle-eyed, you would have just seen Carolina trying one of her jumps right by the boards and it not coming off perfectly.
Well, let's hope for better when it really counts. There's confirmation of how they go. Julia Sebestyен, the champion from 2004, and then Idora at the end. So still a lot to look forward to, and boy oh boy, there's some talent out there on the ice now. We've got the last 40 seconds of the warm-up. And just to recap the standings for you, it's Sarah MEIER for Switzerland leading by some way. Kiira KORPI for Finland in second place. Then Alexandra Ivaleva for Russia in third. And as Nicky pointed out earlier, she went 9th in the competition. She was second in the group, led for a long, long time. And it's great to see skaters from the early groups doing well. There's Mr. Octavio Cinquanta, the president of the ISU, the International Skating Union. I'm sure he's pleased with how things are going this afternoon. And Mr. David Dorr, the vice president, sat behind him. He just noticed he's on, I think.
I nearly said something about makeup, but I wouldn't dare.
So here we go then, the final group. Can any of these skaters have any impact on the standings at this stage? Now, we saw her for the first time on Eurosport last year at the European Championship. She burst on the scene and finished in 5th place. Since then, she's won the Karl Schaefer Memorial Trophy in Vienna. This is 17-year-old Elena Gedevanishvili from Georgia. Lovely triple that's looked as though the left foot may have touched on the landing. Triple flip, double toe loop, lost a lot of speed through the combination, but still managed to get the toe loop on the end. No problem with the speed in the flying spin.
Clean, very little preparation.
Yeah, it really was a difficult entry, but look at the speed on these spins. Oh, well done, Elena. A difficult program. Spins in there, very, very difficult indeed, and intricate footwork. Some good jumps. Not too keen on the preparation going into the jumps, but nevertheless a clean lutz, flip, and good double axel.
I don't know what it is, but for me there was technical content and good music. The parts of the program just didn't somehow reached me. I don't know why, because it was well executed. And
there you can see that double-footed landing on the triple Lutz at the beginning of the program. Not really well intricated with the steps either. There's the flip. She did well to keep that left foot on off there. Managed to get the toe loop on the end. She's a powerhouse though, isn't she?
She is. I don't know what it is. I'm watching it and I'm thinking, gosh, you know, you're doing the elements and you know, you're skating fast and doing everything that's needed, but somehow the performance to me coming over to the crowd, to myself, wasn't happening. Maybe it's the concentration in it. So
hers or yours?
Mine. Maybe, what are we on? Number 35. That might be a part of it, but yeah, good position in the spins. It's almost like, for me, the skating, the excellence of the skating didn't connect with the music to create magic. That there was something just missing in that link, and when she gets it, for me, it will lift up the whole performance.
Well, this is only her second season competing at this kind of level. And what was impressive for me is we've often seen skaters come out, they're unknown, there's no pressure on them, and they skate an absolute blinder, give you a shock, as she did, 5th in the European Championships, went to the World Championships, dropped down to 14th place, and can only manage 10th in the Olympics.
All of a sudden there's pressure, expectation.
Absolutely. And she's come here, there's pressure, there's expectation. She was 5th last year. She's got to be a medal contender for this year. She's done the stuff. She's delivered the goods.
Makes you focus.
I think she's done well.
Yeah, no, I think she's done well too. I'm wanting to be raving rah-rah more.
So let's have a look. Elena's marks, giving her level 4 on the combination spin. That's good. And the layback spin. Straight line step sequence level 2. Spiral sequence was level 4. 54.62 her total marks, and that will put her into 2nd place so far. Elena Gedevanishvili in behind Sarah MEIER. Quite a big gap there though. There's still a 6-point margin between 1st and 2nd place. So Sarah MEIER really delivering the goods, and there's a photo for Mum. 4 skaters to go. And now here's another young skater that burst onto the scene and perhaps couldn't handle the pressure. 4th in 2004 at the European Championships, 12th last year. This is 21-year-old Victoria Pavuk from Hungary. And her music for this is entitled Would You? And then Touch and Go. Oh, setting up the Lutz. Now, got to keep the focus. A couple of chop tours into the triple flip, and she makes it. really working with the whole body through that footwork. Well, dynamic program, and good to see her back fighting, well, in fighting spirit. She's had a rough couple of seasons fighting with injuries of different sorts, but injury-free here, and such a pity about the Lutz at the beginning. Coached by a sister now. When she first came to Europeans, 2004, just out of the medals, it was Bolks Vidray. Remember him? He was an entertaining skater. He was the guy that really got her onto the scene, but now Patricia, her sister, looks after her, and she'll be disappointed with that. She'd done the hard work, made 3 turns, but didn't hang on in there at the end of that Lutz. Good girl for fighting back on the flip.
There was a lot of good points in it. That somehow the elegance and the flow and the power, the smoothness we've seen from some of the other girls wasn't happening in part of that. The style is a little more clipped, I think, at times. So it takes away from the grace and the flow that you can see. And so I was trying to evaluate the content of it, and yet not seeing those flowing edges and that ease of power that we've seen from some of the other girls, and that was just, again, for me, detracting a little bit from what could be here. I like the flow.
Well, she has a personal best on the short program of 50.70. That her score from the European Championships last year. She's not going to get close to that with that tumble on the Lutz. And they're the sister act. They look alike, don't they?
They must be related, yeah. Yes. I mean,
sisters.
I know.
I
know you said.
Are you listening to me?
I was listening to you. I was. The look, you know, I found that the look of the outfit as well was just a little disjointed. We've seen these catsuits, which can emphasize the line a bit, and I just wonder whether the dress here just took away from some of the lines and the elegance that, you know, she could portray.
Okay, well, the judges haven't gone with this at all. The segment score of 39.45, there's that on your screen, and that will have her right down in 18th place. Ouch. We'll see her in the free, but not in the group she wanted to be. Well, she won the bronze medal last year. What colour will the medal be in 2007, or indeed will there be a medal for the 19-year-old from Bolzano in Italy, Carolina KOSTNER, and the music Pachelbel's Canon.
As ever, lovely flow and lots of ice coverage.
Big combination, triple flip, triple toe loop, no problem.
Such quality in the jumps. Again, loads of speed, built quickly. And the Lutz, it didn't work in the warm-up. It did when it counted, and there's the axel. Changes of direction, lots of content, lovely arm movements.
That is such a difficult entry into the flying camel from the butterfly.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a lovely program. Michael Hood has done it again, and the great thing about him is he surrounds himself by good people. The choreographer, Laurie Nickel. That was a lovely, lovely program, and skated well. Carolina, tip-top stuff.
Superb choice of music. It was just a total performance. Brilliant in every way. So graceful, and yet with such power.
Well, here's a look at that combination at the beginning. Does a mohawk into the flip. Look at that deep knee bend. Gives her the momentum to get the triple toe on the end, and a textbook landing. And it was just double Lutz. Didn't spot that through the program. Just a double Lutz, not a triple. So a slight mistake there. That 9.5 that she's earned herself on that combination is going to be eaten away by that mistake with the Lutz. Double Lutz has got a tariff of 1.9. The triple she was going for has a tariff of 6.0. Lovely spiral sequence. The thing that's going to help her is all of the other elements within the program were very, very good indeed. Spins were great, footwork, some of the best footwork I think we've seen today.
And it's just how graceful she is on the ice, and the poise and the way she holds your attention right the way through it. But putting the music together with the dress, and it's the whole package, isn't it? Everything works, and that's what I love about it. It's not just the jumps, not just the spins, not just the steps. It's everything working through the music. Because often this afternoon we've seen, you know, let's just get the jumps done. Okay, now let's do the other elements. And there hasn't been kind of a complete feeling about the program. Whenever she skates, it's just so beautiful, and the speed of it. It's lovely to watch. Watch her all day.
She'll be kicking herself for the mistake on the Lutz, but I don't know how costly it's going to be.
I wondered, you know, on her shoulder, it looked like there was a little bit of blood on her shoulder, and
it's
I
from
wonder,
her finger.
She's cut her finger on a blade, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 32.09, the technical element score. 28.37 for the components. The marks are good. She's in the frame, and that will put her into second place by 3/100ths of a point. So with the Lutz, she'd be way out in front, but it's second place at the moment for Carolina KOSTNER, and that's good judging. I tell you what, we're setting ourselves up here for a real humdinger of a free program tomorrow. 3/100ths between first and second at the moment, and then just about 6 points, just under 6 points between second and third, KOSTNER and Gedevaniishvili. So our penultimate skater this afternoon. Former champion. 3 years ago, remember, in 2004, she won the title. This is 25-year-old Julia Sebestyén from Hungary. Schubert's Serenade, the music. Good solid start, triple flip. Julia has one of the best jumping techniques in the business. Since winning that European title, it's the nerves that have let her down. Oh no, double Lutz, double toe.
Clean on the axle.
Well, she's done it again, hasn't she? She's left herself with an awful lot of work to do. Doubling on the Lutz, an expensive mistake, and she started off, it looked as though the confidence was there.
It did, strong opening jump, a lot of speed. When she's on form, we've seen her fantastic in the past. But when it goes wrong, it can all be a little flat. She kept battling throughout the program. There's the opening. Lots of time in the air, making it look easy. The combination.
Yeah, but only 2 turns in the first part of that. That's the key.
And just looking at the free leg on the spiral, it's not completely locked out.
It's double axel.
It looks better to me in the spiral when the leg's locked out, but she's choosing to do it for a style reason, that's fine.
Well, Julia, formerly coached by Andras Saras, and he got us to that. He got her to that European ladies title back in 2004. First Hungarian lady ever to win the European Championships. And Julia, she's been the national champion now for the last 6 years. Sometimes that's not a good thing. It's good to have a bit of competition, and Victoria Pavuk, who's been nibbling at her heels, and you thought, well, maybe we'll overtake. She suffered from injury.
Yeah.
So,
or sometimes to have a year out, or something, everything's changing, but But she has got it within her to be absolutely amazing.
She certainly has. She's had a busy season. Bronze medal in the Finlandia Trophy, won the Cup of China, and second in the Cup of Russia. Didn't do so well in the Grand Prix finals this year, where she finished down in 6th place. Now, where will they have her? It's not going to be too bad. Looking at that, she'll have a total of 53.87, and that will be good enough to have her in 4th place at this stage. 4th place just behind Elena GEDEVANISHVILI from Georgia, ahead of Kiira KORPI. So it's still Sarah MEIER for Switzerland leading, Carolina KOSTNER by a gnat's whisker just behind, and then Elena GEDEVANISHVILI.
And just 0.3 between 4th and 5th place. Very tight there too.
In fact, it's 0.03, isn't it?
Yes.
3/100ths.
3/100ths.
So to our final skater, 38 ladies this afternoon. I hope you've stayed with us all afternoon. It's been quite a marathon, but great fun. She was 11th last year. Injured at the beginning of the season in the autumn, couldn't compete. How fit is she now? 23 years of age. Skating to Blues for Kluk. This is Edora Hagel. No problems there. Triple Lutz, double toe. That was a triple flip, double-footed landing, but she made the rotation. Just snatched it a bit at the beginning. Very well done, Edora Hagel from Croatia. Good interpretation, great choice of music for her, and a well-performed program.
And she did look in great shape throughout it. The gloves worked for me along with the rest of the outfit, really emphasizing some of the choreography and the extension of the free leg and the spirals in particular. Yeah, the opening combination. And I like it with the gloves being the black against the white. It's a good effect. And the whole concept with the gold blades and the gold on the costume, and she was throughout it picking out the nuances of the music as she skated. Some lovely arm movements. And it was a dynamic performance. There's always energy going on. It was always interesting.
Yes, she worked hard. Loved the footwork, really using the upper half of the body as well. To try and get the level up, you've got to have at least moderate core body movement, and she did that well. Got a nice inside rocker early on, or may have been an outside one, I can't remember, but there was a rocker certainly in the first third of the program, of the step sequence. I'm losing it. It's been a long afternoon.
We're on 38. Well done.
Yeah, it was good. And never easy to skate this late on. Wonder what time she came into the arena. This one of the longest events that I can ever remember. What time did we start? 12:15.
6 o'clock our time.
So getting on for 6 hours of live figure skating this afternoon on Eurosport here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Of course, the top 24 from this short program make it through to the free program, which you can see live on Eurosport tomorrow afternoon. The ladies free, scheduled for 2:15 our time tomorrow, 1:15 for viewers on British Eurosport. So these marks not great. 44.99 the total, and 14th place it's going to be for Idora. She'll be disappointed with that when she sees it, but 14th it is. So no changes at the top, and they all look a bit dismayed there. She gave it her best shot, and this is how they stand. Sarah MEIER for Switzerland leading, and you can see there absolutely nothing in it. 3/100ths of a point between MEIER and Kostner. Gedevanishvili in third, Sebestyен fourth, Korpi fifth. Susanna POYKIO there on your screen down in 7th place, then Elisa Dry in 9th. Further down, Tugba KARADEMIR, not too bad for her, 13th place, just ahead of Idora Hegel. Elena Johansson, she'll be kicking herself for the mistake in the short this afternoon, and Christine Berger there for Germany, missing the double axel. Good news for Jenna McCorkle, she makes the cut, 20th place for her. One mistake there, just ahead of Victoria Pavuk. All those, the skaters that have made the cut, and these ones, the unfortunate ones, we won't be seeing them in the free. Disappointment again for Karen Venhausen, doesn't make it through, 26th place, and the Austrian there in 25th. Further down, Maria Pappas, 31st in her first European Championships, and a lot of those skaters competing for the first time in a major event. So they'll have gained a lot of experience, and it's all a learning curve. 38 ladies, 24 made it through. Hope you've enjoyed it this afternoon. Well, that wraps it up for the skating from us this afternoon, but just to finish, we've got a chance to join Carolina KOSTNER down on ringside. Hendryk's asking her about her injury in the autumn. How did it affect the preparation for this event? She said she felt very relaxed at the beginning. She said she tried to practice as hard as she possibly can, and it seemed to work. And she says the compromise that they seem to find between working hard and taking care of yourself seemed to work. The preparation was relaxed. Hendryk says you started with a triple jump. It was really amazing. Why did you attack so hard? She says, I don't really know. I felt good. And I think it's necessary to attack hard if you want to achieve a lot.
Nachgedacht, vielleicht auch dreifach doppelt zu springen, oder war das von vornherein klar, dreifach?
Nee, von vornherein ist das
Hendryk said, did you ever think of doubling out? And she said, no.
Einen doppelten finde ich
always jump triple if I possibly can.
Gut, wünschen wir dir alles Gute für die Crew.
And she says,
wünschen wir uns viele
I think a double is something anyone can do. You don't win medals just doing a double. And Hendryk says he wishes her all the best for the next triple combination, which we'll see tomorrow. Well, we've got about half an hour, I think, or so to prepare ourselves for the ice dance competition. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage this afternoon. From Nicky and myself, Chris Howarth, until, well, 20 minutes or so. We're off for a cup of tea. See you later.